All right, let's tackle this question here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read that question sentence first. So when we read that, it says, how much juice remains? So when we think about that, how much of something remains, my party people, what are we thinking of? What operation do we tend to think of when we want to know how much remains or how much is left? Yeah, typically we'll think of subtraction. Let's not assume, typically we'll think of subtraction. Let's see if the story fits this idea, this little hunch. So here it says Elena has 6 cups of juice. She uses 2/4 cups. How much juice remains? So, yeah, that's correct. If we use something, we will subtract to get what remains. So, here's what's going on. We have the 6 cups that Elena starts with, and we are going to subtract what she uses, the 2/4 of a cup. Booyah, there we are. So when we take care of business here, it's simply going to be 6 minus 2/4. Now there's 2 ways that we can go about this, and I'm going to go about this first the long way, and then I'll go over the really, really short way so you can take this and use it moving forward. So first things first, everyone. When we have a whole number and we want to show it as a fraction, who here knows what number we can always write the whole number over? Any number is the same as the number over 1. Yeah, because when you think about it, let me just write that 1 over here. When you think about that, yeah, 6 divided by 1 is still 6. So I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just showing that this can be a fraction, and now I see that I'm subtracting, but I need the same denominator. Everyone, what number could I multiply this 1 by to get the same denominator? Yeah, doesn't that make it easy, right? Having the whole number over 1, just multiply by the other denominator, and you are good. Multiply by 4 there and there, and now look at what happens. We end up having 24 over 4 minus 2 over 4. Once we do that, everyone, now we can subtract because we have the same denominator. 24 minus 2 leaves us with what? 22. Booyah, perfect. Keep the same denominator over 4. And they told us that, hey, we want your answer as a mixed number. Everybody, before I turn this into a mixed number, who notices what I can do before I do that? What's that word I'm looking for? Yeah, we can simplify beforehand. Let's take advantage of that because there's nothing worse than forgetting to simplify and then getting the answer wrong. Let's go ahead and take care of that now. 22 and 4 are both divisible by 2. If I divide the 2 out from both, I end up getting 11 over 2. Now I can go ahead and more calmly, because I didn't have to do that before I turned it into a mixed number, but now that I'm going to change it into a mixed number, I know that it'll already be in simplest form, and I know I'll be good. Let me show you what I mean. 2 goes into 11. Let's see how many times. Well, 2 can go into 10 5 times, and that's as far as it goes. So 5, that's my whole number. And then 2 times 5 is 10, so we'll subtract that, and we'll get 1 left over, 1 as the remainder. So what does that mean? The 5 is the whole number. Let me just draw this little arrow there. So we have 5 as the whole number. 1 remains up top, and we keep that denominator. 5.5 is our answer. It's possible that you may have gotten 5 2/4, and we just need to remember to simplify it to get the correct answer, A. But let me go ahead and show you the much faster way before we continue on. So allow me to go ahead and just take this problem here, move that over here, and I'll just show you exactly what we had before. We have 6 minus 2/4. Everyone, can you level with me really quick here? 6 is the same as 5 and 1, right? Can we all agree on that? Yeah, they're absolutely the same. 6 is the same as 5 plus 1. Now, because this is the same, because we can take advantage of that little split, look at what opens up for us. Everyone, you know how earlier we wrote the 6 as 6 over 1, and then we played around with it? Let's do the same exact thing with the 1. Everybody, 1 is the same thing as 1 over 1. Look at what I'm going to do with just this right here. Let me just duplicate this. Watch what I'm going to do with just this. Everyone, what can I write as the denominator down here to match? Same exact thing, right? The 4. We can multiply 4 on top and bottom, and that would make 1 over 1 the same as 4 over 4. Heck, it's the same as 5 over 5, 6 over 6, 7 over 7, 10 over 10. It's all the same. But the reason I'm going to choose 4 over 4 is because that'll give us the same denominator. Take a look. I'll go ahead and do times 4, 4. And so that gives us 4 over 4 minus 2 over 4. Everyone, what's 4 minus 2? Yeah, that'll just be 2. And help me out one more time. 2 over 4 is the same thing as what? 2 over 4 is the same thing as half. 2 is half of 4, so we can simplify that. That'll be 1/2, and so I can replace all of this right here. I can replace that with 5 and 1/2, which is the same thing as just written 5 and 1/2. So all of this was kind of more so done in my head. Obviously, I showed it on the screen so you can see it. But really what we're thinking of is, hey, 5 is the same thing as 5 plus 1. If I take that 1 and take away 2/4 or take away half, I'm left with half. So that would be 5 and 1/2. Boom, done. And you can really process a problem like this much, much faster.